Hello there. I take it you've spoken with Bruk'V. Willing to lend a hand? I am truly grateful. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Shashpaya, and I have traveled far from my village in the forests of Zaktural in search of a brave soul to help us retrieve our stolen treasure. For generations have my people watched over the Dreamweave cocoon, the vessel in which the power of the swallowtail Vidral is sealed. Before its ascension, the swallowtail warded off would-be predators by assuming the form of more threatening butterflies, poisonous ones and the like, through its skill at mimicry. So it survived, day after day, summer after summer, until the dawn of its great new existence. It became capable of taking on the form of any creature which crossed its path. This fearsome power was sealed within the cocoon, and any who possess it command the self-same abilities. Indeed, the WILDER, too, may assume the form of any manner of beast or man they've veiled. Yet this mimicry is not limited to merely physical forms. No, the WILDER may replicate the talents and abilities of their target, so long as such actions fall within their ken, that is. In an instant, they may become a master of the hunt, a twin-blade Wilding Viper, or a savage Ox, with claws and fangs to gut whomsoever they please. It is this power which has protected my village from the predators of the forest. For though it grants many boons, the forest contains threats in equal measure. By donning the skins of its most formidable beasts, we've kept ourselves safe for generations. Without the cocoon, my village's very survival is at risk. That is why we have sent our foremost hunter, Itaka, to ensure it is reclaimed. She has never failed to capture her quarry, so I thought she would make short work of this ordeal, yet there has been no word from her. I fear this may be a hunt she cannot undertake alone. It is for that reason I wish to enlist the aid of one familiar with the lay of the land beyond the Great Sea, and one whose prowess in close quarters would complement her expertise with a bow. One of the villagers ran into the thief before he fled, and said he intended to use the cocoon's power in Khpein, which I understand is the name of a large settlement located far, far to the east. Please, for the sake of my home, set out for this eastern habitation, and assist Itaka with retrieving the cocoon. Forgive me, but what is a teleportation? Well, if it is a required expense, rest assured Itaka will compensate you for it. She's been entrusted with a fair sum of the village's combined reserves. Whatever she needs to track down this villain, she will have, and so shall you. Upon arriving in the eastern land, search for a Vieira woman carrying a bow and dressed in similar attire to myself. If you visit a tavern like this one, I dare say you may find someone who has seen her.
Alas, from Troll was it? Sorry, can't help you. That reminds me, though. I heard Troll has its own local variety of spirits called mezcal. Been meaning to taste it myself for an age now, but you've no idea how hard it is to get one's hands on a bottle of it here. Tell me, have you had a taste of mezcal yourself? Can you describe its flavor? Smell? Texture? Come be merciful, I must have a cup. Welcome to the Showcase Hostelry. How may I serve you? You're searching for someone. As a matter of fact, I do distinctly remember seeing a Viera woman of that description earlier, but I'm afraid I could not tell you where she may be now. My deepest apologies that I could not assist you further. I wish you the best of luck in finding her.
A Viera woman bearing a bow. Why yes, I do recall such a person. It was hard not to notice her, really, given how she was peering at every little thing. If she came from the distant lands to the west, no doubt Khpein is quite the unusual sight for her. With any luck, she'll still be where I saw her, in the vicinity of the FFXIV barracks.
This city is simply too large for me to cover alone. Perhaps it's time I returned home. Oh, is that right? I'm grateful, but why? I see. Shashpaya always was a worrywart. Won't deny I appreciate the help, though. Ascertaining the whereabouts of the cocoon has been no easy task. I managed to secure room and board in this lodging after arriving in Khpein, and have been using it as a base to track down the thief ever since. I'll tell you all I know. According to an eyewitness from my village, the thief is a middle-aged iron male. That's all we have to go on regarding his appearance. Yet so long as he possesses the cocoon, he can be anyone and anything, an elderly woman traipsing along the street, a child throwing a ball, mayhap even the dog chasing after it. Truth be told, I was nigh at wit's end trying to find him. That is, until I discovered that a series of unusual squabbles have been occurring around the city. After investigating these incidents, I found one commonality. The instigator in each case invariably had no recollection of the incident, let alone of inciting it. What's more, eerie accounts have begun to circulate amongst the residents. Some folk claim they've somehow been seen in two places at once. Based on all this, I believe the thief's been using the Dreamweave cocoon to transform into innocence and spread discord throughout the city. Stands to reason we can find him by following the trail of chaos left in his wake, no? And yet, even should we apprehend him, in whatever form he's hidden himself within, there's nothing to stop him from feigning ignorance. Besides a secret remedy, of course. The recipe for an elixir which can forcibly remove the cocoon's enchantment has been passed down in my village for emergencies like this. I made sure to prepare a few vials before making the voyage here. I need simply throw the solution at the suspect and the cocoon's weave of mimicry will unfurl on the spot. That covers everything. Now, what say we see if there's any trouble afoot? The thief will undoubtedly not be far from it. Let me know when you're ready, we'll catch him together. Ready to set off, then? Perfect. I say we begin our search with the markets. I recall a great number of people gathering in the Rakuza district, I believe it was called.
Itaka is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Itaka behind by entering a different area, or by speaking with her and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Itaka accompany you again, return and speak with her at the original location.
To think that all of this was wrought by mortal hands. Remarkable. My people have ever lived in harmony with nature, but that doesn't mean we condemn the ways of those who choose otherwise. In fact, in the brief time I've been exposed to settlements like this, I've come to see such places have their merits, too.
Look, you thieving whoreson, I told you this isn't enough.
But sir, that cannot be right. I am sure I gave you your change in full. Enough. Hand over my money, or I'll take it by force.
You think a thief with the power to mimic anyone would choose to play the victim? Not likely. No, the man we're after wants to exert his power over others, as a belligerent customer, no doubt. Reveal yourself, villain.
What in the blazes do you think you're doing?
Oh, sorry. Very, very sorry.
Oh dear. A thousand apologies, sir. I gravely miscalculated your change. I will return what you are owed immediately, I beg your forgiveness. I apologize for the disturbance. How dreadfully embarrassing.
Well, a hunter doesn't quit after a single arrow misses its mark. Best not to dwell on what's done, and instead focus on our next course of action. Let's see how things fare on Koganadori. To think that all of this was wrought by mortal hands. Remarkable. My people have ever lived in harmony with nature, but that doesn't mean we condemn the ways of those who choose otherwise. In fact, in the brief time I've been exposed to settlements like this, I've come to see such places have their merits, too. I can't believe how impossibly vast it is. My jaw dropped when I first saw it. I could hardly fathom where the horizon ended and the sea began. Before arriving in Tulialau, I'd imagined the sea to be merely a larger, salter body of water than the lake back home. There, we would race from shore to shore. To attempt the same here, I fear, would have fatal results.
I'll cut you down where you stand, you lecherous lummox.
What is going on here?
The big bloke yonder allegedly laid his hands on that grizzled fella's woman. Afraid this may come to blows.
Calm yourself, man. I have not done what she claims.
You dare add insult to injury by calling her a liar.
Ignore him. I told you, that pig defiled me. Cut him down this instant.
There is no truth to her words. Wherefore does she spout such rubbish?
Kami, give me strength, cut the bloody brute down already.
Yes. Not less than your head shall serve as penance for your crimes.
Very well. Let my blade prove my innocence.
It's her, right?
Was that really necessary? No matter, I was growing weary of this petty farce. It's time I moved on to bigger and better things.
Oh no, you don't. How odd. My bow is more out of tune than I realized.
sweetheart.
Is it really you? Oh, thank the commie you are safe.
I found her lying unconscious in a nearby alleyway. She could only vaguely recall being attacked from behind before losing consciousness.
So the villain knocked her out before assuming her visage in a ploy to deceive her husband.
I fell for the deception like a complete and utter fool. I do not even know how to begin to make amends.
There are no amends to be made. You simply acted as any husband would.
Due to your involvement, this matter was resolved without bloodshed. The FFXIV might thank you. 'Tis regrettable, however, that the villain managed to escape. A criminal who can change their shape at will is exceedingly dangerous. Know that the FFXIV will alert the populace to this menace, and remain vigilant for any suspicious activity in the city.
Let's return to my lodgings. I'd like to go over where we stand with our elusive quarry. As predicted, the thief has been using the cocoon's power of mimicry to incite conflict around the city. What he hopes to accomplish by doing so, however, is still unclear. And, so long as he has this power, our sole means of tracking him remains the havoc left in his wake. A trying trail for any hunter, but I'm heartened to have a warrior like you beside me as I tread it. We'll catch him together, and when we do, we'll mete out the justice he deserves. Miqo'te.